Thinking about his short-term ambitions over the next few months, coming in, working his way through handicap rating races.
Yeah, so the goal with him is to, you run him in the easiest, best race possible. He would be running, he might have a run on a Wednesday, but you would think he'd just be running in Saturday races, benchmark 70s or 78s to start with, and then progressing all the way through. And then, if he becomes the horse we think he will, you're then looking to sneak him into those better handicaps down on the minimum and giving him the best chance, at some of those big money handicap races.
He's had the one try at 2400, which was the race where he just had no luck. He's had some good form around 16 and 2000. Do you have a bit of a feel for what you think he might be able to stretch out to?
Well, if you can get a mile and a half, well, he can get a mile and a half. There's a good race in November that it's always a very good. It's always a very good race to see whether you get 3,200 for $10 million.
Yeah, so he could stretch out there. His dam's actually by Nathaniel, and I think she won over 3,200.
Well, Nathaniel, we had the horse that I mentioned before called Floating Artist, who ran 4th in the Melbourne Cup. He was by Nathaniel. So, 2 mile is a specialist distance, but if we can sneak him in, it'll be a good race to see whether he runs at 32.
Absolutely. How do you reckon he'll adapt to the Australian way of racing?
I think he'll be fine. I think, we race pretty tight here, pretty competitive, especially when you get into those big handicaps. And I think he'll be fine.
Perfect. And you were talking before you had a chance to see him this morning, so he's not maybe acclimatised, but he's adapted well out of quarantine into Australia?
He's certainly travelled well. He's not too heavy. He looks a picture actually. He still thinks he's in a European summer, as I do. He's well rugged there at Ballarat because it's quite the opposite. We'll just take him along steady. I don't think he's a horse that will need a lot of work to come to hand. It's just really the timing work. So he's had about a month or a touch over of doing not much. So it'll probably take us about 8 weeks to get him back to where he was. But I feel he's a horse that won't take a hell of a lot.